I heard the Democrats just dropped a new banger. Let's check it out.
The signs, the chants, the concerns of hundreds of people united for a single cause to effect change. Organizers say this is what democracy looks like.
Oh, there's that
We are
word.
witnessing an effort to replace our democracy with an autocracy. And so I have one question for all of you patriots.
On what basis? Wait, did he say patriots? Hold
Are
on.
we going to let that happen? Patriots, are we going to let that happen?
Whoa, multiple things wrong off the rip. And sir, you're way too old to be this indoctrinated, by the way. Where do you get a leg to stand on to say that they're trying to replace democracy with autocracy? And second of all, I know that this is a regurgitated issue and a regurgitated talking point within, like, I don't know, right-wing or conservative-esque circles that we don't live in a democracy. Newsflash, right? We don't live in a democracy. But somebody needs to tell this boomer here, who is way too old to not know that we don't live in a democracy, that we live in a constitutional republic. Somebody needs to inform him kindly. On top of that, he's putting vernacular like patriots in there. Sir, you show me an actual patriot that does not know that we live in a constitutional republic, and I will show you a person that is not a patriot. So these things don't mesh well together. This language you're using, patriot, democracy, not knowing what our fundamental structure is, and using them all in a amalgamation of word salad to incite emotion is retarded.
He was a retard.
Hell no!
Maryland U.S. Senator Chris Ann Holland fueling an already energized crowd of several hundred.
Oh, it's a senator, huh?
Are in a
So that's how you know these people are just operatives, right? They're just filling their pockets. They're doing the will of whoever their puppet masters may be, whether that's a tiered system, whether he has one and there's somebody above him, most likely, right? But that's how you know this is a senator. He knows that we don't live in a democracy. If we lived in a democracy, we would have mob rule. And why would we have mob rule? Because unfortunately, we don't live in an honest society. We're all fallen creatures by nature, right? Since the garden, we're fallen beings. And the people at the top are wicked for the most part, right? They have selfish desires and a selfish agenda. So if we are to live in a democracy, what that would do would allow the pervasive propaganda that we've had to endure for at least the last decade, right? At least it's been well known for the last decade. God knows how long it's been going on. But what it would do is allow for the people that propaganda affected, right, to become the status quo, to how things are ran ultimately, right? To how public opinion should be and stay permanently and mold us as a society and as a government, right? So it allows the social engineers to mentally manipulate people, and in turn, they get what they want. They sway the public opinion exactly how they seem fit for their own selfish agendas, right? So it's a very good thing, and it's a blessing that we don't live in a democracy, and we live in a society that's a constitutional republic with checks and balances. Because, unfortunately, I don't mean to sound rude when I say this, but we're not all created equal as far as intelligence is concerned, right? We can't all just be on that same playing field. That's just a fact of life. That's not meant to be demeaning, but, people have different positions and different vocations in the hierarchy of the job market for a reason, right? And that's once again, that's not to be rude, but there's certain sections of people that only think with their emotions. There's certain sections of people that work hard and they just want to come home and turn their TV on, not knowing that they're being indoctrinated. They're honest people. But, at the end of the day, ultimately, thank God that we don't live in a democracy.
Constitutional crisis. Congress needs to do their job.
Yikes!
And
there's a stereotype.
People are speaking, and we have the power, and we can take that power back.
We filed legislation to protect those federal workers.
3rd District Congresswoman Sarah Elfreth summed up the concern, recalling a question asked to Benjamin Franklin about what kind of government the new Constitution would create.
And you know the answer. He said, a republic if you can keep it.
The protest follows a
Okay.
series of President Trump's executive orders. This includes actions led by billionaire
constitutional
Elon
republic.
Musk to purge the federal workforce. Many federal workers feel demonized and bullied.
And I have decided to take a government job because that was my dream, to serve the public and have a mission every day.
It's important for
I want to know
our
what
society
department
that
in
we
particular
take,
these people
part
worked for
in our,
and what their
government.
position was
And this is,
specifically.
how we do it.
Were these just filler government agencies? Like, I want to know what their daily jobs entailed. And I'm all for, you know, creating jobs for people. I don't want people to lose their jobs. Of course not. But if this is like taxpayer funded nonsense, then these people need to be, at the very least, relocated to a lucrative position within the government. If we're going to disband and get rid of all of these institutions, we have to. We must. Like, I'm 100% in favor of that. But I mean, we should at least, if these people are about to lose their job, I do feel for them, whether they're liberal or not. You know, I'm a Christian at the end of the day. I care about people. Yeah, we're poking fun at the idiocracy right now of America, but at the end of the day, I do care. I'm not, you know, heartless.
Through the vote, through our wallet, and through our actions.
A call to action also drew nearly 100 people to Baltimore City Hall Monday.
We rebel by advocating for everyone's civil liberties.
Protesters proclaim what's going on is
Who's
illegal,
not getting their civil
unconstitutional, and
liberties, lady?
unsettling. They vow to support the fight in the courts, in Congress, and at the polls. Reporting from Annapolis, David Collins, WBIL TV 11.
Wow. So there you have it. The usual suspects back at it again. Using words incorrectly, not knowing the history of America. You know, it's poor people, man. It's hard to believe that this ever happened in America. Hopefully that dark timeline is slowly going behind us. We'll see. Time will tell. This has been the Kingsguard.